Preparing for a historic national election, says Chief Advisor. Tight security across the capital, checkpoints at every intersection. Tariq Rahman returning to Bangladesh this month, says Salahuddin Ahmed. Economic Advisor's message on implementing the new pay scale. No legal basis for the July Charter without an elected parliament, says Rizvi. If demands aren't met, the Islamic Eight Party will sit in front of the Jamuna. Nationwide, shops and malls to remain open tomorrow. Turkish military cargo plane crashes in Georgia, 20 soldiers killed. Even after ceasefire, Israel destroys at least 1,500 buildings in Gaza. First century of joy on home soil. Hello viewers, this is Umar Kranti welcoming you to Daily Sun. Here are today's top 10 news stories. A 7-member Canadian parliamentary delegation met with Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus. The delegation, led by Senator Salma Ataullah Jan, attended the meeting on Wednesday at the State Guest House, Jamuna. During the discussion, both sides explored ways to strengthen bilateral trade cooperation and discussed possible measures to address the Rohingya crisis. The Chief Advisor also briefed the delegation on country's ongoing reform process and preparations for the upcoming February elections. The verdict in the case of crimes against humanity committed during the July popular uprising involving disqualified Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 2 other accused will be announced tomorrow on Thursday. In response, the banned Awami League has called for a lockdown program in the capital, Dhaka. Ahead of this, law enforcement agencies across the capital and the country are on high alert. To prevent potential sabotage, sweeping operations have begun, and intelligence surveillance and patrol activities have been intensified. BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman is expected to return to the country by the end of this November, according to Salahuddin Ahmed, a member of the party's standing committee. Speaking to the media, he said, "We hope he can return by the end of this month. Otherwise, it might be delayed by a couple of days." On Tuesday, Salahuddin Ahmed shared this information during a discussion program hosted by an online news portal. A separate commission is working on the pay commission, and the interim government will prepare a framework that the next government will implement, said Economic Advisor Dr. Salahuddin Ahmed. He made the remarks on Wednesday while speaking to the journalists after a meeting of the advisory committee on procurement at the Secretariat. The Economic Advisor added, "A separate commission is working on the pay commission. After receiving the 3 reports, they will need to be verified before the commission can submit its recommendations. The current government will prepare a framework and the next government will implement it." BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Advocate Ruhul Kabir Rizvi has commented that the July Charter has no legal basis without a parliament formed through free and fair elections. He made the remark on Wednesday while speaking at a discussion held at the Bangladesh Shilpakala Academy in Dhaka. Rizvi said that without a parliamentary formed through free and fair elections, the July Charter cannot have any legal foundation. He added that those demanding the legal basis for the July Charter are bypassing the legitimate lawmaking institution, the parliament, and taking a different route. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami, along with 7 other political parties, has announced a new program with 5 demands ahead of the upcoming national elections. They warned that if their demands are not met, they will launch an indefinite sit-in front of the Chief Advisor's office at Jamuna. On Wednesday afternoon, at Al Falah Auditorium in Mogbazar, Dhaka, Professor Mujibur Rahman, the Central Deputy Emir of Jamaat-e-Islami, informed the media during a press briefing that a July National Charter implementation order had been issued, and the party plans to organize a public referendum in November along with pursuing their 5-point public demands. The Bangladesh Shop Owners Association has announced that all shops, commercial centers, and shopping malls across the country, including Dhaka, will remain open as usual tomorrow, Thursday. The organization shared this information in a notice on Wednesday. The notice stated that during a joint meeting of the Standing Committee of the Bangladesh Shop Owners Association and the Dhaka Metropolitan Shop Owners Association, it was decided that all shops, commercial centers, and shopping malls across the country, including Dhaka, would remain open on November 13th. A Turkish C-130 military cargo plane crashed near the Georgia-Azerbaijan border, killing all 20 people on board. The Turkish Ministry of Defense confirmed the incident in a statement on Wednesday. The plane crashed on Tuesday while returning to Turkey from Ganza, Azerbaijan. A day after the accident, Turkish authorities identified the deceased. Since the ceasefire with Hamas began on October 10th, at least 1,500 buildings have been destroyed in the areas of Gaza that remain under the control of the Israeli Defense Forces (IDF). This information is revealed in satellite images reviewed by BBC Verify. Several experts believe that this widespread destruction violates the terms of the ceasefire, which was mediated by the United States, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey. However, an IDF spokesperson has stated that their actions are within the framework of the ceasefire. The actual number of destroyed buildings could be even higher. Mahmoudul Hassan Joy scored his first Test century on home soil, returning to the national team for the series against Ireland. The 24-year-old opener reached his century of 190 balls, hitting 9 fours and 1 6. Joy is currently not out on 127, batting with Mominul Haq, who has 54 runs. Bangladesh's total stands at 265 for 1, just 21 runs behind Ireland, who scored 286 runs in their first innings. That's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Have a great night.